Hi, everybody. This is Symphonic Elk, and I am coming at you with my entry into comics with Bueller's 500 subscriber contest. I want to start out by saying congratulations, Bueller. As I'm sure you may have noticed if you were there. If not, I'm sure a lot of other people did. The great legend mentioned you today in his live truth video as one of the shining stars, one of the new shining stars in the YouTube comic book community, and I can't agree more. Really like your videos, not just the content, but how often they come out. Because I tell you, I know that it is difficult to put out good videos and to do it as often as you do, and I know that because I don't put out good videos. And I don't put them out as often as you do either. So it's truly amazing how well you've done so quickly. And so yeah, congratulations on 500 subs. And from what it looks like, you're at 533 as of today. So you're well on your way to infinity and beyond, as Tim Allen would say in the Toy Story movies. So let's see what your contest rules are. You have to be 18 years of age and older. I am, let's just say 8 is one of the years in my, one of the numbers in my age. It's not the first one, but 1 is definitely not. So I'm 18. Been subscribed to you for a while, and I do live on planet Earth, although at times I'm accused of not living there. So, what are you looking for? First, you want what is your best find or steal, and what is your favorite 90s TV show. So, let's start with my best find. So, this is a picture of Zapdos, the Pokemon that my 7-year-old son drew for me, I think when he was 6, so I don't know that this qualifies for my best find. It was definitely free, and it is priceless to me. Although I guess he drew this at school, and I pay taxes, so it's a public school. Maybe it wasn't free, but it was definitely a steal. No, I'm joking. This isn't my entry. So I'm going to talk about 2 books. The first is, and I have a second copy of this, but it's not the one that I got as a steal, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was a little lazy and didn't want to dig it out. So the first appearance of Iron Fist, which I believe is Marvel Premiere number 15, was definitely one of my best deals ever. I already had a copy, but I did find a copy for $12 a couple months back. I no longer own it because it is now in the possession of Don the Doctor, because I gave it away as one of the prizes in my 200 sub contest. I think that's what it was. I can't remember. But that was definitely a really good find. And it was odd because it was at a comic book store. So the guy knew what he had. I don't really know why it was priced at $12. The book that I do have that I guess is considered a good find is, I've shown this before, I think, in one of my hauls, because it's been a couple months since I got it. This is Sandman the Tempest, number 75. It is the last issue of Sandman. And in and of itself, it wouldn't be worth a whole lot. But this is the supposedly ultra rare second printing. And how do I know it's a second printing? Because if you can see right here, it says second printing. So it is supposedly rare. I found this in I think it was a $3 box. So yeah, I mean, I was lucky. I don't really actually know how rare it is, but I have it. People say it's rare. Yay. Moving on to my favorite TV show of the 90s. I lived through the entire 90s. Started it in elementary school, ended it in college. So, the TV show that I'm going to talk about actually started in the 80s, in 1988, but the end of 88. Um, so, the one I'm going to talk about is Mystery Science Theater 3000. It ran from 1988 to, I think, 2005. And I love it. So for those of you who don't know, and I imagine most of the people do, what they did was they took public domain movies and they showed them and essentially made fun of them throughout the movie. And there's some real classics to be had. And it originally starred Joel Hodgson, and then it switched over to, I'm drawing a blank now. Why? Mike Nelson. And then he had two robots that were with him. So we have Tom Servo and Crow T Robot. And then there was the Gypsy too, but she didn't usually due to the movie stuff. But essentially what it was, so they were stuck up in space, and as a kind of an experiment, they were sent terrible movies to watch, and Joel got lonely, so he built Tom Servo and Crow. So anyway, I'm going to show these two DVD releases. I have a lot of the DVD releases, but we're going to show these two. Sorry. So, you might ask, why do I have two copies of Mystery Science Theater 3000 of this volume, which is volume 10? But if you notice, this is volume 10 and this is volume 10.2. And since we like to show rare things here in the Elk household, here's the deal. Volume 10, actually quite rare. It's depending on condition and what day of the week it is, it's usually between $100 and $200 on eBay. And what happened is they released these sets. Each volume had 4 movies. And the original volume 10 had Godzilla vs. Megalon, Swamp Diamonds, Teenage Strangled, and the Giant Spider Invasion. Turns out Godzilla vs. Megalon, not in the public domain. So these needed to be recalled, and they re-released this as volume 10.2, and they switched out the Godzilla vs. Megalon with the giant Gila monster. And so you can kind of see Joel and Crow and Tom Servo and the backdrop of the movie. So yeah, this was an interesting thing, and it's very difficult to find the DVD set. I was lucky enough to kind of pick it up early on before it blew up in price. But yeah, this is a great TV show. I did start in the 80s, so I don't know if it counts, but it ran mostly through the 90s. And so yeah, thanks a lot, Comics with Bueller, for having this contest. Made me go down and look through my DVDs and think a little bit about the 90s. And, like I said, the 90s were an interesting decade for me because it started out with me really young and then ended with me kind of being an adult. Not acting like an adult, but kind of being one, sort of, depending on how you want to define that. So anyway, Bueller, great channel. If you have not subbed him, there is no reason for you not to. It's free. His channel's better than mine. And chances are, if you're subbed to me, you're already subbed to him, so I'm actually probably speaking to nobody. Anyway, so thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for spending part of your day with me. And thank you for going and subbing Comics with Bueller and spending a little bit of your day with him. Anyway, have a good one. Bye.